Wow. What's happening, everybody? I am absolutely thrilled. I'm thrilled to be with you guys today. I'm trying to literally contain myself because I just had a phone call with a couple of people that was off the charts. Like I want to run around the house, run around the gym. I just want to run. For all my church folks out there, put your hand up, just clap, do something. Welcome to Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. I am your host, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be riding with you on today. For those that are just here in America, I'll say hello to you on this wonderful Monday. For those that are somewhere around the world, I'll say hello to you as well. Thank you guys for logging in. Thank you guys for the support. For those that are listening to a recording of it, and you may not have got it on today or the day that it was live, wherever you are. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Let me get my words together today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for everything. Shout out to all of my people in Canada and Mexico. I know a lot of times we talk about people from the European Union or the African Union or people in China or Asia or somewhere over there, but very rarely I really talk to my people in North America. So let me just shout out to my people in Canada and Mexico. How are you guys doing? I am just thrilled. So, what's up, everybody? Did you call your people? Listen, do me a favor right now. Call your uncle, your cousin, your friends, your relatives, your neighbor and them, your mom and them, your daddy and them. Call all of them and let them know we riding today with Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. Let them know we live right now on One Voice Radio. Let them know we are live. So we doing our thing. I'm really trying to contain myself because I want to share something that probably over the last few days, couple of weeks that I've been in this particular grind mentally, and I'm going to a certain place, right? Just mentally elevating myself and studies and thinking and meditating and praying and all of that other stuff. It sounds cute, but it's work. That being said, today's podcast actually is going to come from a conversation that I had and with a couple of people just at different times, and it brought some highlights to my life. It brought some aha moments. It brought some revelation. It brought some deep thoughts, but also brought some big smiles. And I hope all you guys that are listening, wherever you are, I hope this brings the amount of power, peace, and prosperity that it has brought to my life. It is amazing. So I hope you guys have something to write with. And before I go to all of the commercials, please text somebody, tell somebody, call somebody, send a smoke signal to somebody and say you're on right now with Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. They need to log in right now because this is going to help them tremendously. But I need them to log in. It's no longer you can actually get this from somebody else. This is one of those ones you need to get it for yourself. And today we're going to share that information. We come with it, but you need to share that information. So go ahead and send that message out while I do these commercials. So for everybody that's listening, and for those that are going to listen later, please do me a favor. And if you find it in your heart, go to all of our social media platforms. Go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I think I said Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. Go to those platforms, like, subscribe, share, join, donate, whatever it may be. Go to those actual platforms and join us, and just join us, and it will do me a big favor if you guys don't mind. Hit the like button, the notification button. So just please, if you guys will do me that favor, and let's make that happen. I say that because I believe we are here on a mission to continue to help bring some powerful things in people's lives. So we're doing some extraordinary things for some above average, normal individuals. And I love to do it. Don't get me wrong, it's not always going to be solo dolo, but it's going to be We're going to have some guests. As a matter of, I'm not going to tell y'all that. We got some guests that's coming. I'll just say that. And they're incredible. All right. So I took a whole bunch of time to try to get you guys to get all your notebooks and notepads out, send your smoke signals and your text messaging, your tweets and everything else to all of your people to get them on this training because we going live. It's hot. It's going to be hot today. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to shout out to all of the sponsors. Just shout you guys out. Thank you guys so much. I want to shout out my sister, my girl, Carol Orem. I know she's probably looking at the radio now like, huh? I just want to shout Carol out because Carol does a lot of things for people that people don't know about. And she does some amazing things. She has her own um, businesses. She's doing some amazing things with people in different parts of the country. Even right there in Montgomery, Alabama, she's doing some incredible things. C&D Enterprise is off the chain. She does printing. She does, as I like to say, obituaries, but obituaries and all kind of other things. Let me turn my phone off. Doing all kind of things, but she does some amazing things and help tremendous amount of people. So if you're in the Montgomery area or you need something to be printed and something that she can do and get it shipped to you, she'll do it. So look them up, C&D Enterprises, right there in Montgomery, Alabama. She does some incredible, incredible work, high quality work at that, but she is off the chain. So look her up, and I'm telling you, she'll get it done. She will get it done. So that's one of my commercials. I'm not going to do all of them, but y'all get it. So again, I appreciate you, Carol, and thank you so much. Now let's get into it. Let's turn attention to what we came here today. So loosed, loosed. How to get loosed. A lot of times we go through so many things in our lives that we try to figure out how to get loosed and how to be free, how to get ourselves out of certain things. So today, we're going to talk about that in a big, big way. Oh, I forgot this. It is Black History Month. And I forgot I wanted to share with you guys some things. So let me share a couple of things on Black History Month as we move forward. All right. So first thing I want to do, I took my notes out. So I don't want you guys to think that I just know everything off the top of my head. No, I took some notes. So here it is. So in 1854, John Langston became the first American lawyer in the state of Ohio. John Langston notably became the first African American lawyer in the state of Ohio. So all of my people in Ohio, let me shout you guys out. If y'all know their family and all of that, tell them I say what's up, right? He went on to serve as the dean of the law department and the vice president of Howard University. He's also remembered as the first African American from Virginia to be elected to public office, specifically the U.S. Congress. So John Langston did a lot of things. Shout out him and his family. There's one I wanted to read that I thought a lot of people don't know this, but everybody talks about Martin Luther King Jr. and the dream that he had, and he talked about the mountaintop experience and the boycotts and all of the exquisite speeches that he's shared with us. I want to share something with you guys, though, that most people don't know. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. started as a freshman at Morehouse College at the young age of 15. 15 years old, that's when he started college. Now, you can say what you want about his speeches, whether you like them or not. You can say what you want about how he looked, whether he smoked cigarettes or not. We don't know. But what we can say, at the tender age of 15, he started college. Let me ask you guys, how many of you guys doing that today? Ain't too many people starting college at 15. So that just share with you the brilliance of who he is and who he was and the legacy that he left behind, even from that standpoint of how powerful he is. Let me see if I could do one more. One more. Lela Fenwick, after attending Barnard College, Lela Fenwick graduated from Harvard, graduated from Harvard Law School in 1956 and became the first African American woman to graduate from the prestigious law institution. She also later studied at London School of Economics and also worked at the United Nations. So, Leila Fenwick, shout out to you and your family. Thank you for what you did and have done. And here's another one that's a little known fact that I fought myself and I thought about this and I thought about this and I thought about this, whether I was going to do this or not. And today I decided I'm going to do it, even though I'm a little nervous about it, but today I'm going to do it. I raised my hand because I am too a history maker. Yes, I am. I am the first African American quarterback in the history of my high school. Yes, I am. I also, in that same vein, I'm in our high school Hall of Fame, but then also we went on later to also be the first, what is it, four-sport letterman in the history of our school for 2 years. So I've done some incredible work. Now, I want to say this not because of me, because I even hate talking about this. Some people that know me closely didn't even know some of these things, but I'm sharing that for this point, not because of me, because even now I feel kind of googly, like about myself. But here's why I'm sharing that. If I can do it, or if I can set a standard, or any of the individuals that I mentioned can set a standard, all of us started just like you. Regardless of where you are, how you have or will not do it, you have also the ability to set a standard that no one else can do but you. I believe wholeheartedly in the humanity of the world. And I believe we have the opportunity to do some amazing things. Just for a moment, I want to talk to my African American friends and families that's out there. Stop blaming everybody else. We have the talent, the skills, and the ability to make that happen. And because it's don't allow Black History Month to be just a month. Don't allow it to be just a month. Allow you to continue to set your own history. Allow you to be the one that sets the history for your family, your daughters, your sons, your aunts, your uncles, your moms, your dads. You be the one that continue to elevate and do some amazing things that a lot of people are not recognizing, but do it anyway. Do it in spite of. What is that reason? Because you are a great individual and I believe in you. I do. So I believe in what you're doing, wholeheartedly. I know you believe in what you're doing as well. Don't worry about who didn't pat you on the back. Don't worry about who didn't say kudos. Don't worry about any of those things. Just keep doing what you're doing and being the excellent person that you are. Even though I'm talking to African Americans that are out there, I'm talking to everybody, Latinos, I'm talking to Asians, everybody you can think about, whites, blacks, Mexicans, I don't care who it is. You can also be highly successful. All right. So that's my facts of Black history, and you cannot take it back because I love you anyway. Now, let's get on how to be loose. Speaking on how to be loose, just me even talking about some of the things that I've did in my past, I'm almost kind of like it's something in my stomach, like my stomach is bubbling, right? And that's because I've been bound by certain things. Now, I'm not saying to go out and have an ego, but I'm saying like you sharing something, you sharing facts. You're not sharing a guess. You're not sharing a guesstimate. You sharing actual facts. When you share facts, that can't be disputed, right? But because of so much that have went on, I actually bound myself. I actually just put myself in this bondage and like, oh, you're not good enough, or you may not, people may think this, or people maybe think that. And because of the conversations I've been having lately with some incredible people, y'all know who y'all are, but because of those conversations I've been having with those individuals, I mean, they have been elite conversations. I went back to doing some study on some things and listening to a couple of my mentors, and we've been having some of these deeper discussions. Why am I sharing that? Because I realized I have been bound for a long time. Even my mouth, you may hear me saying stuff out of my mouth, but do you really believe it? Did you really put a piece of tape on your blessings? Did you really put something that stopped you from getting all of your blessings because of your thought process? Because you're saying it, and but you may not really believe it. Now, this is not me. I'm just saying in general. So you, what is it that you believe? Matter of fact, you know, focus on you right now for the next few moments, for the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm even be that long. Focus on you. What is it for you? Who are you? What is it? Let's go. What is it? So when we talk about us, we have to talk about who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing it, where we're going, how we're doing it. But we have to believe in ourselves. People want to keep you in a barrel. I know some people call it a crab barrel mentality, where you want to take that step out, but you're being pulled down. You want to take that step to the left, but you're being pulled back. If you do something against what the crowd is doing, then somebody literally is saying, oh, that's not going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, believe in you. Don't bound yourself by somebody else's words. They don't have that power over you. So don't bind yourself or have yourself bound because of what somebody else has said, right? Don't allow enemies and other negative people or even demons to try to infiltrate your spirit, your energy, your power to hold you down. They don't have power over you, but if you allow them, they're going to take advantage of you. So don't allow that. The reason why I wanted to say how to get loose today is because I started realizing that even though I have grown tremendously, even though some of my friends and associates have grown tremendously, in our conversation, sometimes we think about it and we like, why are we even thinking like that? What for what? What's the reason? You cannot say we believe in our creator. And I know I'm probably going to hear this back from one of my mentors, right? But because we can't say we believe this in our creator. We can't believe say we believe God and then at the same time, hold our head down or walking around sad. If he said he's gonna be with you, if he said he's not gonna leave you nor forsake you, why do we believe something else? Because we start to believe the lies that other people have told. Somewhere I heard, excuse me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but that I think if somebody tell a lie to you or against you, you got to tell the truth. I think it's 13 times or whatever to kind of wipe out that lie. When you start thinking about those things, man, it's incredible because one lie you got to say something else. Let's say, if this is true, 13 plus times just to remove that. We got work to do. So how do we not get, bought up into being bound? So how do we get loosed? I hope you guys got something to write with because man, this is so helpful to me, and I pray it's helpful to you. So number one, have a conversation with God. Literally have a conversation with God. But now let's get into how we're having that conversation with God because you can't just say, hey, God, I'm going to have a conversation with you, but you're not listening. So, first thing is create space to listen to Him. Create that, remove things that may even distract you from that, but sit down and have a conversation with Him so you can create a space to listen, not hear, listen. One day I'm gonna do a podcast probably hear versus listening, but not that you hear a sound of something, but that you actually are understanding what he's saying, that you can actually regurgitate and put it into action from what he's saying. Okay, sit quietly and ask God your questions. Now, you can't sit there and say you're listening to God and you're being quiet, but then you start running your mouth when he's talking to you. Remember this, somebody told me this a long time ago, and this is the easy way to think about it. God is a gentleman. If you start talking, he's going to be quiet to listen to his child. He's not going to overtalk you. So just let him now speak when it's his turn to speak. I know you want that $1 billion, but he may have saying, can you wait until Tuesday? And I got it under control for you. So make sure when we're sitting there listening. And then when we speak, once we finish speaking, just sit and be quiet and allow him to answer what he's going to answer. All right. It's powerful. It's powerful. Go to your father, your God in that manner. Make sure you humble them. Don't just run out there. You might get hit. You might get hit with something. And you ain't, yeah. So, but go humble. Make sure you're extremely humble when you go to him in prayer. Make sure, regardless if you asking or if you asking, just be humble. Let him hear the purity of your heart, your soul, your being, your spirit, so he can connect with that and help you walk in how he wants you to walk, right? So number two, do some deep reflections. Do some deep reflections. As a matter of fact, I got 6 simple questions within number two to help you with those deep reflections. So, number one, describe how you are presently doing. Listen to this again. But you got to be honest. It's like going to a counselor. You can go to a counselor, whether it's a personal counselor, it's a marriage counselor, it's work counseling, or media, whatever it is, you have to be 100% real, right? You can't go there and play. You have to say your true and authentic self. So, whatever it is, it can be adjusted or addressed, right? So, here's the first question on under number two. So as we're doing some deep reflections is describe how you are presently doing. Describe how you are presently doing, not fakely doing, but how you are present right now, how you're doing. How are you really, really doing? All right. Number two, have you experienced God lately? Have you actually experienced God lately? I can say for me, raise my hand, I absolutely have lately. I mean, it has been some amazing things going. Have you experienced God lately? Remember, we talk about how to get loosed, right? And under this, we're talking about doing some deep reflections. This is where we are. So the first question under that reflections is describe how you presently doing. And then the one after that is, have you experienced God lately? Man, when you experience God, it's just nothing like it. It's just unbelievably great. So have you described or experienced God lately? The next one, what has been life doing? Let me see. Yeah, what has life been doing? What have you been going through? What is actually going? Uh, what is draining you? What is pushing you? But what is it about life? Think about it. Think about it. What has been life draining? What's draining you right now? Some people I heard y'all. I heard it in my ear. Bills, money. Yep. Okay. But again, you're doing some self-reflection. So if that's one of the things that's bothering you and holding you and driving you and draining you, that's something that you're putting out there because you want to be loose. We don't want money to be the thing that's holding you tight and you can't move forward. Yeah, I understand that some days you may want to take a vacation, right? You may want to take a vacation just for a couple of days, not no for real. This is a trip. I don't even want to say it a vacation. This is a trip. That's say from Thursday to Sunday. You just want to take a quick trip to the Bahamas, shoot on over to the Bahamas, and just kind of chill out and just kind of reset for a little bit. I get it, but you also may say, "Well, I can't go this time," or you just may want, I don't. Well, let me say it this way, because I know y'all. Sometimes y'all don't want to tell the truth. There are some times where I just want to just get up and leave and go somewhere on the planet and be with this crystal clear water. Like what is it? The south, what is it? South of France, where they have this extremely crystal clear water, Bora Bora, and other places. I mean, where it's you can see to the bottom. It is that. Sometimes I just want to pick up and go there and just kind of, but I may can't do it, whether it's time, whether it's the opportunity not right, or whatever it is, I may can't do it. But now that being said, that's one of the things that may be pulling you. So let's look at that. The next one, what things are presently occupying your mind and heart? What is occupying your heart and mind? It may be someone having an illness that's close to you. And that really may be bothering you. It may be on your mind and it's bothering the heck out of you. You just like, oh man, just who, like what? Yes. What is that? So remember, when you're doing self-reflection, you're asking yourself these, this is just a few questions, but you're asking yourself these questions. So you're trying to get to a point to where you're not allowing these things to keep you bound, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's spiritually, whether it's economically, whether it's psychologically, it doesn't matter. But when you ask those things, at least now we understand what this means and what's holding us, what's binding us, right? It may be your old thought pattern. You may have an old thought pattern, it may be that. So, not sure, but let's take a look at that. So, that's number two. Number three, share this with a trusted friend. Like I feel stuck. But now let me put my caveat here. When you're saying share with a trusted friend, that's someone that can handle what you're about to share. You may have an illness. Let me give you an example. You may say, I want to give up cigarettes, right? But you don't want anybody to know you smoked cigarettes. So you're not going to go and share with everybody. You just may share with one or two people or a trusted individual that can say, hey, I understand you don't want people to know. So let's just walk through this. Now I'm saying it's a cigarette. It can be sex. It can be relatives. That's right. I said it. It can be relatives. It can be other people in your family. It can be other people, your other friends. It can be a multitude of things, right? But let's just make sure when you talk to that individual that she or he can handle that weight that you're about to share. And they're not going to broadcast it and put it all over social media. They're not going to put it in the newspaper. They're not going to just run down the street with a bullhorn. They're not going to put it on television. That you can actually handle that and that they're going to give you sound and proper and wise advice. If you have that in friends, that's beautiful. So let's make sure we understand that when you're sharing things and you're sharing it with a trusted friend, that they can actually handle what you're sharing as well. All right. So that's number three. Number four, create a new rhythm. Here's what I mean by that. A lot of times we get into this rhythm, right? We wake up to go to work. Let's just use these numbers. Wake up at 7 o'clock to go to work. We get there at 9 o'clock. We there from 9 to 5. At 5 o'clock or 5:30, we leave at 5:30. We get back in traffic. We go right home, and it depends on what day of the week it is, what we're cooking, right? Let's say if it's Monday, it's leftovers. Tuesday is red beans. Wednesday is maybe a little leftover red beans, or you may want to cook spaghetti or something. Thursday is smothered pork chops. Friday is seafood. Saturday you out to eat. Sunday you cook a big meal, and then you back on it again. And it's the same thing on the same days. And you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. Okay, what day of the week is? I can tell you, oh, it's Thursday. Well, guess what? We're gonna have smothered pork chops. And you just keep going and go, right? So let's change the rhythm. What happens if on Thursday we have spaghetti and not smothered pork chops? What happens if on Monday we don't have leftovers? We decide to fix some white beans. What happens on Wednesday instead of doing whatever that is on that day? We decide to go out to eat. See, that's changing your rhythm. That's changing that rhythm. What happens now? You instead of getting in your car at 7 o'clock, you get in yourself in your car at 6:50, so you can meditate a few minutes earlier when you get to your job, right? So all of those things is now you're literally creating something new. You're creating a new rhythm, and it begins to change things. You may want to wake up instead of waking up at 6 o'clock to get in your car at 7. You may want to wake up at 5:30, and you may just want to eat a breakfast at your house. Fix your own coffee instead of going to some of the other establishments that's charging you gazillions of dollars. Don't know. You may take a shower at night and then wake up and get dressed and go to work. You may take a shower at night and then wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna take another shower. Not that something, you sweat and you stink, but just changing the rhythm. Changing the rhythm. You may normally pick up the phone on your way to work to call and talk to your mom or your dad. Or you may go on to work, you talk to your wife or your husband, or you talk to your children. Well, you may change that. If they don't call you, you don't call them. I mean, it's just changing that rhythm. So when you change the rhythm, you're starting to change different things and it helps. you to not be bound by a certain thing. Because if you be honest, if you call somebody a few times at a certain time every morning, they begin to expect you to call them every morning at 7 o'clock. And if you don't call, they call you saying, why you didn't call me? Well, my phone number didn't change either. You can actually call us. That's all I'm saying. All right, number 5. This is good. Practice gratitude. This changed my life. I'm just be honest. It literally changed my life. Let me look right in the camera. It changed my life. Being grateful, having a lot of gratitude. When you start saying thank you and you really mean it, it does something to the other person as well. Somebody give you something, I have a lot of gratitude. Someone bought me a gift for Christmas. I have gratitude. Someone will buy me a Christmas, not Christmas, I just say Christmas, a birthday gift. I have a lot of gratitude. Somebody, just say, hey, Stanley, let me take you to lunch for Father's Day. I have an incredible amount of gratitude. Why do I have that gratitude? Because they don't have to do it. If somebody do something nice for you, say thank you. Be grateful for what you have. It may not be what you want. It may not be in the realm of what you wanted as of yet, but be grateful for where you are, right? I remember going to Atlanta and I was homeless for a little while, right? Be grateful. I was grateful I was able to sleep in a truck. Be grateful. Be grateful. Yes, be grateful. Some people say, man, I don't want to be grateful for be grateful. Be grateful for the extended what is it? What do you call them? I know it's like an extended stay. So like you go to a hotel and they got those where you can rent the room for a week or 2 weeks because it's an extended stay, right? You may be a little down on your luck. I won't say luck. You may be a little down. Or you may not have received your blessings yet. So okay, that's cool. But guess what? Be grateful because your creator didn't put you there for a reason. What happens if he was thinking about for 10 years later, you're going to be wealthy, but you don't have that air about you of wealth, of just walking around thinking everybody beneath you. But you have a gratitude for those individuals that may have fallen down, may have gotten fired, not proper. And all of a sudden, some things didn't work out, and now they're on the street. Instead of you looking down on you, first thing you say, I remember when I had to go through this. I remember when I had to sleep under the parking light or the parking lot of a Publix or a Kroger and sleep under the light for the night. I remember when I would go to the gym to take a shower. I remember after you taking a shower, you change your clothes and then you walk out and then you go to work until you got into your apartment. See, those are the things you have to remember, but you're not saying that for somebody to feel sorry for you. You're saying, thank you for allowing me to go through it. So when I see that person, I can help that person. I can help someone else. You have to look at it in a lens of gratitude, of positivity, of love, and understand that you're here not just also for yourself, but you're here to your life experiences. You're here to help somebody else. All right. Do something new when you're praying. Now you're connecting with God. Find a way to connect with Him, a new way to connect with Him, whatever that may be. You may be on your knees praying and you do that. My dad, he when he said his prayers, he kneeled beside the bed and he go through his prayers and he began to pray. Some people just sit up and walk through the house the whole day. Some people may get and do it a different way. But whatever that is, you may want to change. So in my dad's situation, he may not want to kneel on his knees or kneel on that side. He may want to go to the other side. And going to the other side, he may be like, you know what, I'm gonna pray on this side. I may go into the kitchen. I may sit on the sofa and just sit back and meditate for a little. It's up to how you do it, but do something new to find a different way to connect with God, even in your newness, right? You have to try something new because remember, you can't get loosed by doing the same things. If you got into this particular predicament and you are bound by something, now it's time to be loose. It's time to set yourself free. It's time to loose the bondage off your minds and all of those things. Well, sometimes you're gonna have to do something new. This is another way I can explain it. I'm trying to just keep myself calm because this is so incredibly intense for me that I want to make sure that I'm speaking properly about it. So if you are invited to the next level, you have to literally get yourself out of the bondage of that level when you're going to the next level, because if you stay bound by that level, you're still going to try to fight at that level. You're still going to try to do all of those things that you worked out previously. But now that you got invited to the next level, you have to do something new. You may not be able to sit down and pray. You might have to stand up and pray. So whatever that is, make sure you're doing something new, because we're losing all of those things away from us. All right. The next one is find someone to help. Let me tell you guys a story. This happened a few days ago. So I was driving down the street. I had just had some leftovers from lunch. And I was driving down the street. And again, this is not for me. I'm just sharing a story. But I wasn't in the best of spaces. Like I just was, yeah, I just wasn't having a good day. So I was like, I'm just feeling kind of down. It was gray outside. It was all kind of things, right? And as I'm doing those things, it was like, man, I'm just not. So then finally I was like just riding down the street and I saw this guy. He was on the side of the road. He was laying on the grass on the side of the road. And he had a buggy behind him with his clothes on it. And unfortunately, he was homeless. Well, I had food right there. I just got finished eating. Good food. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it was, but it was good food. And I made the block and I just walked over to him. Again, we're talking about helping someone else. Made the block, parked, and I walked over to him. I said, "Hey, how are you?" He was like, "I'm good." He said, "Listen." No, I said, "Listen, I don't want to disturb you nor bother you, in your house. I'm just, if I may I approach you inside of your home?" Here's why I said that. A lot of people thinking to be like, why would you say that? He's outside, there's no house, no bricks, nothing. But where he is sleeping right now, whether we like it or not, that's his home. So let's respect that piece of where he is so he can do what he needs to do. So I handed him some food. I said, "Listen, this is some food that I had left over. I don't know what you like or dislike, but I wanted to be a blessing and wanted to come and share something with you, because in all of this, I'm no better than you. I just wanted to say hello and that someone is praying for you." I handed him the food and I told him, "Thank you. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for whatever it is that you have done. Thank you for all of your family, your relatives, your kids, or whatever. Just thank you. Just thank you." Because he could be doing other things. And I just wanted to say thank you. So we went to help someone else, and we had a longer conversation and prayed and all that other stuff, but it was to help him. Now he was like, "Man, I'm hungry. Now I don't have to worry about it. You bought me something to eat." Well, that also helped me, and I was being loose from that spirit and that energy of just negativity or being down or whatever. But now I was able to help that individual. I know there are people that's listening to the podcast that have done the exact same thing, if not. So it's not a Stanley thing. I'm just sharing this is one way you can help someone else. And I'm so glad that I did. I didn't take a picture. I didn't post it on social media. It's just what we do. And just off the side note, real quick, hello and thank you to everybody. Just a shout out that helped so many people, but don't say anything about it. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for what you have done for people we don't even know of. Thank you. Truly, 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 thank you. All right. So the next one is this: clear away clutter and distractions. Have you ever just cleaned your room or your house? And when I mean clean, I'm not just talking about mopping the floor and cleaning the blinds and the baseboards. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just cleaning it. getting rid of things. Things that you say, oh, well, maybe throw it away or bring it to somewhere that they can use it. Don't do that. Don't say you did something when we did, right? Here is why all of that comes into play. When you go to like a Salvation Army or somewhere to bring them supplies or something that for you don't have anymore, don't have that negative energy. Here is what we do. We go because what you're doing, what you're giving to somebody else can use it. And it's going to be a grateful thing for them. Remember, we talk about gratitude. It's going to be a grateful thing for them. You're helping somebody else. But also, what you're doing for you is clearing clutter. You're clearing things out of your closet. You giving your closet some more room to space and some more oxygen to come in. So make sure when you're clearing that out, you're not looking at it, oh my God, I'm throwing all these clothes away. Oh my God, I know people that throw, I don't say throw them away, but give it away and still have the tags on them. We do a lot of unnecessary shopping. Well, that's what happens. That's in America, that's what we do, right? And good, bad, or indifferent, I'm not judging that. That's what we do. But now when it starts the closet starts to get where you have to struggle to put your clothes on the hanger, to put it on the rack or on the hanger, man, listen, it's time to get rid of some of the clutter because I guarantee you all of those clothes you don't need. And I'm speaking to some of my wonderful, beautiful queens that are out there. You don't need all of those clothes. Some of those clothes you don't need. Oh, I'm a hold this one. I'm gonna hold this one because I might listen to this. I might get invited to go somewhere, and I just want to go in the closet and have something to pull out and slay. Okay, great. I'm glad you slaying, but you don't need all of them. You don't need all of them. I'm just kidding, ladies. Whatever y'all want to do, I just think it's important to clear the clutter. Look at your closets. You may have your shoes stacked on top of each other some kind of way. No, clean all of that up, straighten it out. Allow that energy to start coming in from what that clutter was. Move all of that and allow that to just flow. I'm telling you, it's going to make you feel that much better. And then also distractions. Just get rid of distractions. If somebody just disgusting, get rid of them. If you know between 7 and 9 o'clock you want to watch TV, but you know for the next 3 weeks or the next month you can't watch TV, then close your computer down. If you have a smart TV, take that app off, or whatever it may be, so you don't fall into that distraction. If you know people are gonna, if you know you got a good friend that call you and all they're gonna do is chat, 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 and gossip and all of that other stuff, just go ahead and say, you know what? For this next month, bro, I can't talk about this. Sis, I can't talk about this. Whatever it may be, and just move on. Because what we're doing is we're clearing away that clutter. We're clearing away those distractions. Okay. And then I'll say the last one for lack of words. Some of us may need to take a spiritual retreat. I know one for me coming. I know without shadow of a doubt one for me is coming. And I'm talking about a real spiritual treat, right? So I may go to Bali, I may go to Costa Rica, I may go somewhere where I'm just one with nature and, be in a space where I might go to Jamaica and just hang out in the countryside or on the beach. Well, if I go to Jamaica, I'm gonna be on the beach, but I'm not gonna be taking businesses and all that stuff. You're gonna take a retreat. You're gonna be on a spiritual retreat. You'll see me on the beach 4 o'clock in the morning. That's right. And being in that air, so you can actually take that retreat spiritually because you want to loose yourself. Now, I gave all of us, I think, like 8, 9 different ways to loose ourselves. Let me give you guys some practical things. I wanted to give you guys some practical things. I want to add something to this. I realized that Stanley had to get loosed on some things that I didn't even know. But that's where having some trusted friends, advisors, mentors, people that walk beside you that will share the hard truth with you. They're not going to wait. They're going to share that hard truth with you about, hey, you can't do that anymore because you're above that now. You have grown beyond that. So you can't just go and hang in a club to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and come home talk about, oh yeah, I'm going to work now. Nah, brother. Nah, sister. We can't do that anymore because we're growing. But when you're talking about being loose, I also think about it from a mentality standpoint, my my psychologist standpoint, right? Being in that space with my mindset, it begins to change things. What do you believe? And how do you believe it? Where are you going? What? All of those things. But we are not bound by what other people have said. And I have noticed that there are things that have bound me that I didn't even know was there until someone else pointed it out. So when you have a chance, I know for me, and I'm gonna do a spiritual retreat, I'm going to pray about it and all of those things that I'm not aware of that may be there to get rid of it so I can be loose to do the things that my creator have created me to do. They may have some things you may have to be loose from something your mom and your dad did when you were two, regardless of what it is. Go to the Father, go to your creator, go to your God and pray that he removes those things or allow you to be aware of those things so you can get rid of them. This is the reason why I wanted to do the podcast, and I'm not overly excited, but I have so much energy coming towards it because we have to be loosed and no longer in chains. Civil rights was great, but now we have to move even to a higher level. Your business is doing, I don't know, $100,000 a year. Now it's time to go to a $500,000 a year or whatever the numbers are. We're no longer being combinedly stuck by what other things have done. We are divinely created, and divinely we will go to another or higher level because we're being loosed. Loose everything, loose all everything that try to hold you back. Loose, get rid of all of that, break all of those bondages, and loose the incredibleness that's inside of you to move forward. Loose the things that your creator have given you inside of you, all of those gifts, those talents, right? Loose all of those things. Don't be bound by negativity and the negative things, but loose yourself so you can be set free. Y'all know my saying, how many people blessings are attached to you? If you fail, then how many people behind you fail? If you get bound, all of those people behind you that's relying on you to be successful so they can get a job or help run a business or whatever, because we are bound, those people can't come because we're bound. But once we loosed ourselves from all of those things, now we can take that next step and we can keep going and going and going. So, family, I appreciate you guys. Y'all incredible. Y'all my dogs. Y'all, y'all my people. Y'all my people. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to go to all of our social media channels, please. Like, please. Um, like, subscribe, share, join, hit that notification button. All of those things that are there, just do that for your boy. Just follow us. Go to our social media platforms, yes. And also don't forget our YouTube channel. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put more emphasis on, adding more shorter videos to the YouTube channel just for your inspirational vitamin or for your power minute or whatever. I don't even know what I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name it something, but to be there to give something to everybody. So when we're sharing it and everybody can have it because the most important thing for me is for everybody to be empowered to that next level. So with that being said, thank you, family. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the beaches of the world. We're finished. Well, I don't want to say finished. Until next week on Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world. God bless, and y'all have a great evening. Not evening, morning, whatever it is. See y'all later. Peace.